do this shit.
Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
Sunday.
No, that was last week.
But it is Sunday.
It is Sunday. But that was last week.
Oh.
That was last week. We're not doing that anymore.
Oh. Okay, welcome to Talking with Kitties. We're not doing that.
Sunday! We're recording a podcast!
Rude.
Oh.
That was very rude.
What do you mean?
Because I wanted to do it.
Oh.
And you told me, no, we weren't doing that.
No.
And then you just did it.
I didn't think about it until you brought it up. And that
That
seemed like a
was-
good idea, so.
But you told me no.
Oh. And welcome back to Talking with Kitties. She is girlfriend.
I don't know who he is. Some jerk on the side of the street. That's boyfriend.
Yes, boyfriend. What was it? Was it 2 weeks ago that I said about we had 3 seasons in a week? I said I was waiting for the snow.
We got it.
We got it this week. Started this week with snow on the ground and a furnace that wasn't working.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yesterday, it hit low 70s, sunny and beautiful.
We literally did have every season this week.
Don't live in the mountain, kids.
It's dumb. Don't do it.
Super
No matter
dumb.
what anybody tells you.
Yep. So outside of that, that's kind of been it. Just kind of a week for me. For you?
New employment experience. So far going pretty good. Pretty
good.
happy with it.
Good.
We can talk about bad little Finzelmeister.
No, he's such a bad little Finzelmeister.
We jinxed ourselves.
He's only bad right after we say that he's such a good little Finn.
Exactly. Because for a while, he was trying to fit in, trying to figure out, how things work here. And we felt like everything was going really well. We're like, all the cats get along. Everything's doing really good. And we're like, oh, he's such a good little Finny Finn. He's such a good little boy. He's such a good boy. The last 2 days, he has been a monster.
I don't know if monster is the word I would say. He's been
bad. He's been very naughty.
Yes.
He's been a very naughty sausage.
I don't know if he's gotten aggressive, but he's gotten semi-aggressive. Not really bad. I don't think anybody's getting hurt.
No,
but
I don't think anybody's getting hurt, but he's just decided that, I don't know if he's getting territorial or if he's just really wants to play and doesn't know how to get people to play. I'm not really sure, but he's cornered Gizzard. He's made Gizzard yelp and cry.
Which Gizzard doesn't yelp or cry.
She very rarely does she yelp and cry. Bubs always cries like a bitch.
Always cries
but
like a bitch.
He's gotten lots of Bubs hissers, lots of Bubs growls and grumbles and crying.
I think he wants out in the catio. And it's been closed because it's been snowy and cold in May. And he doesn't know what to do with that frustration.
And it would make sense because
you have a kitty on you.
I do. Bubs just jumped up.
Probably get him to talk.
Do you want to say something?
No, I want to burrow in your armpit.
He's purring like crazy, though.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, I think he's trying, he's frustrated and doesn't know how to let out his frustration, so he just takes it out on them. Because as soon as we yell at him, he immediately runs right to the catio door, if you let me out, I won't do this.
Yeah.
He's smart.
The cats are picking up on the differences better than we are, obviously, because they speak the language better than we do because they are cats. He'll come up and he'll start messing with them a little bit and they can figure out that he's playing, but there's other times he'll walk up to him and they can tell immediately. You can tell how he is by watching the other cat. Because sometimes he'll start playing with Gizzard and Gizzard will start running around and being a fool. But then yesterday he came up on Gizzard and she immediately just down and started hissing.
She was not having it. And he just jumped up. We didn't even know he was going to do anything. And she got she was hissing and growling and she was pissed.
And she doesn't do that.
She doesn't do that with him, with anybody really. So there was something going on. She could read that he was just feeling
some kind of way. And he's like, I'm going to take it out on this little girl. And that'll make me feel like a badass. Oh,
I got him to say something.
You sure did.
I picked him up.
That was a kitty.
He's not mad enough to leave.
You got manhandled. What is this? The front is standing and the back is sitting.
His butt is sitting on my leg.
Oh, now the butt's trying to stand. Oh, buddy, you're too big for laps.
Sir, make yourself comfortable. And I'm not sitting in a way that he can really sit on a lap either.
No.
I'm not sitting like a lady. He's happy. He's good.
I guess. It's a lot of cats.
I'm petting a belly, though. And he's just burrowing under my hand. He doesn't care.
He's been super attention star the past few days. I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know what's going on with him.
He does this sometimes. He's also been super barfy the past couple of days, too.
Hairballs, though, because we always find a hairball. So
I mean, look at him. Look at you already. You're covered in hair.
Yeah, I'm covered in hair.
Yeah, he's shedding like crazy.
He's not shedding as bad as Finn, though.
No.
Finn,
he always sheds.
Yeah.
And you brush him and it doesn't come out.
I know, it's
so
weird.
Sheds. He's a weirdo.
You just have to rub him up against you. And then you get...
Yeah, and Gizzard's just Gizzard, living her best life.
Yeah, Gizzard doesn't shed much, and she's just high five.
Uh-huh.
You made him fall over.
Just a little bit. He'll be fine.
I went to brunch with Becca today.
I did not.
It was all right, but there were lots of people.
Was there?
Luckily, we got there right before a group of like 8 teenagers showed up right behind us because last night was prom.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's another reason why when I went to their house last night, I decided not to drink anything because you knew cops were going to be everywhere.
We saw a lot of cops yesterday whenever we went out.
And they woke up and because it was like couples, like you could tell like it was cute. So
we also did not go to that.
We did not go to prom. I went to Becca's house for a fire. It was delightful. It was the first fire of the season for me. Made me super duper happy. And it's not even like for the warmth, the smell, the crackling. I just love everything about fires.
We still got to try out that new fire pit. We still haven't even tried that thing out.
I really want to. Maybe this coming weekend.
Because it's supposed to be smokeless. We'll see how smokeless it is.
I mean, there's no way it can be smokeless, but it can limit it at least. So
I've been trying to get back behind the drum set again.
Yes.
I went like
How is
2
that
weeks
going?
off. Everything hurts and it's dumb.
Everything hurts and it's dumb.
Yeah.
But you still really enjoy it.
Yeah, but everything hurts. It's like, yeah, woo, yeah. Then I stand, I was like, oh, everything hurt. Send help.
So it's really cute though, because yesterday we went out and I was driving and you had music playing. Was it Opeth?
I think so, yes.
An Opeth song came on and the next thing I knew, I'm looking over and he is playing air drums and tapping his feet like crazy.
I think the term you're looking for is flailing in shotgun.
Flailing in shotgun, but he was pretending to play the drums. And it was the most adorable thing ever. And when he was done, and it was not for very long, I looked at him and I went, "You okay?" He goes, "I'm exhausted." Imagine how their drummer feels when he does that. And then he has to continue playing more songs. It was very entertaining. I wish I hadn't been driving though, because I still had to focus on the road. All I wanted to do was turn and watch you because it was very entertaining.
I'm an entertaining flailer.
You are an entertaining flailer.
It might be about it. It's been kind of a week. You were settling into new jobs. Whenever you got home, it was just kind of like,
yeah,
while you ease into everything. And I was trying to get back on my schedule and get everything rolling again.
It's been a very slow week. And honestly, my brain is still a little mushed.
Yeah.
With all of my new knowledge I'm trying to pick up.
And you got to cram so much more in there.
It was a good week, but just lots of new. And I don't do great with change to begin with.
You don't do great with change, but you do pick up new things fairly quick whenever you put your mind to it.
Yeah. No, thank you.
A lot of the times you're just kind of like,
but I get up all in my head about it. Like I get worried that I'm not going to be able to do it. So I need to just kind of chill.
You need to sit down and focus on the learning instead of focusing on how you're not going to learn this.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. I do need to work on that.
Yeah. You'll be fine. I have no concerns whatsoever.
Well, that makes one of us.
Bosco also has no concerns whatsoever. Do you, buddy?
He has no concerns about anything.
Except that his sister might eat his food.
I was going to say, except that his food dish is empty. That's a pretty large concern.
So, I mean, that's understandable.
So I like to talk about food.
Let's talk about food. What did you have for brunch?
Oh, so much. I had potatoes with sausage gravy on top. I don't like biscuits with sausage gravy because biscuits are too dry and they're too flaky and they're too dense. So I tend to get my sausage gravy and put it over potatoes or like toast, but they don't have toast at the brunch buffet. I got breakfast taties and then I put sausage gravy over them and then I smothered that in hot sauce and then I had some sausage and I did not have bacon because here is a topic we can discuss.
Here comes a topic.
All right. Bacon. Should it be crispy? Should it be wimpy? Or is it bacon and you'll eat it however it is presented to you?
Depends on the application.
Okay.
But I'd say...
if you were going to just sit down and have some pieces of bacon,
crispy.
Let's say bacon and eggs.
Crispy.
You want crispy. When is wimpy acceptable?
On sandwiches and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't say preferable.
No,
I
but
just
it's
said
acceptable. Okay, but you would, you would
it has to
prefer your
be-
bacon to be crispy regardless.
Yes.
Okay.
I prefer crispy. And if it's just there on the side, if I'm just eating some bacon and it's flaccid bacon,
Wimpy bacon. We're not calling it flaccid. If it's wimpy bacon,
that's not what I want.
nothing flaccid for
Nothing
you.
flaccid for me.
Okay.
I ain't putting nothing flaccid in this mouth.
Me either.
Mhm.
I chose not to get bacon because the bacon was very wimpy.
Very flaccid.
Very, very, very wimpy. It might have touched the skillet like for 5 seconds on each side. They obviously had to have cooked it more than that, but it was very wimpy bacon. And I was like, no, thank you. And Becca did get some, and she said it was okay. She's like, I mean, it's still bacon. I'm going to eat it. That started kind of a talk about if it was acceptable acceptable. Like I would rather just not eat bacon if it's wimpy. I won't eat it because to me,
probably.
I think it's a texture thing more than anything.
Maybe.
To me, it just reminds me I'm eating fat.
Oh, yeah.
You know how like when you get like fat in like a steak, it's like that chewy. That's what I feel like wimpy bacon tastes like, kind of.
I can see that.
I can't eat it. Like it just messes with me. And then we started talking about toast.
Lightly toasted.
Lightly toasted, medium toasted, or burnt.
You like heavy toast bordering on burnt.
I like heavily dark toast, borderline on burnt.
I like lightly toasted.
But you want it to still be toasted.
Yeah.
There's sometimes where you go and you'll get toast and it's a warm slice of bread.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not even like...
I need a little bit of toastiness in there.
So Becca and I were talking about when each thing was acceptable. Like she does not like burnt toast. She would not eat it. I would. But she said lighter toast would be okay for like a BLT. And I'm thinking, well, no, I would want toasty toast for BLT. I would want
toastier toast for BLT.
Like I would rather have wimpier toast if I was going to eat like, well, see, I wouldn't eat wimpy toast.
I don't eat sandwiches on bread or toast though.
The only time I really do is like a BLT. Because if we're going to eat a breakfast sandwich with eggs, something you like, they're not actually called schmuffins. They're called English muffins.
English muffins.
English muffins.
English muffins.
Okay.
You would prefer to have your flaccid bacon on burnt toast.
No, I won't eat flaccid bacon.
With some brown iceberg lettuce.
Speaking of which, they had a salad, like a very mini salad bar on the buffet lunch line as well. And there were quite a few pieces of very disturbingly brown-looking congealed lettuce bits.
I love congealed lettuce.
I made myself a salad, but it was tough. It was delicious.
Just pick out the brown parts and fling them against the wall.
Tonight I'm making ham pot pie for dinner.
I think it's supposed to cool down. It's supposed to start raining here.
Yeah.
It's supposed to cool down fairly drastically.
I think I'm going to make ham pot pie tonight. I do have Chinese food left over, which was so good. So glad it was good.
That was the main reason for our trip yesterday.
Because everyone needs to know about my food aversions and food loves. This will just be called the Food Podcast.
The Foodcast.
Chinese food is one of my favorite things in the world. One of my favorite. You made a sad face. Like, no, babe, you're better than Chinese food. I would choose you over Chinese food almost any day. I'm being honest. Almost every day. Almost.
Disbelieve.
Depends how good the Chinese food is.
Depends on how good I am that day. What kind of day are you having? No, I'm getting Chinese
I'm getting Chinese today.
You go back upstairs.
My favorite place has not been making such good food lately, and it's been really depressing. And I really haven't eaten Chinese food in quite a while.
We haven't made the trip for Chinese food for months.
Quite a few months, because we actually saw things that had changed that we didn't even know.
Like big things.
Like big changes in the town. But we went and I got some, and they did not disappoint yesterday. It was very delicious.
Because some of this might sound weird. Her favorite Chinese place is between 45 minutes to an hour away.
Yeah.
It's not like across town or something.
Yeah, no.
Whenever she really wants Chinese, it's a trip.
I will make the trip.
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
have been known to get off work and have a bad day and like I'm going to get Chinese food, and I will make the trip to go get Chinese food. It never really bothered me. Lately, it hasn't been very good at all. And it's like, I'm not making that trip for nothing. And there's two places where we live that have Chinese food. One is god awful and I won't eat there at all. The other one is mediocre at best, but kind of like the conversation we had with Andrew about sheets. It's at least consistently mediocre. If I'm really craving Chinese food, I'll just go there because at least I know what I'm getting, and I'm not like super happy about it, but it's better than no Chinese food.
The place that's like an hour away, the town that it's in actually has two Chinese places.
And they're both amazing.
That are both really good, just on opposite ends of the town.
They both had started to fail me for a while there, too.
They both know her and her family on site.
The one way more so. The other one knows all of our names.
Yeah.
The one doesn't know our names, but know us on site, know our order. If I do an internet order, they know it's me. There have been times I've called from a different phone number, and when I give my order, they're like, is this Cora? Yes, it's Cora. So it might be 45 minutes away, but my family frequents quite frequently.
They know that.
Frequents quite frequently.
They frequent quite frequently at the frequency.
My parents are retired, and they like to go on road trips and just do stuff because they don't like to be homebodies and just sit and not do. Well, my dad doesn't like to be a homebody and just sit and not do anything. Mama would love to just
cuddle up next to a fire and a pile of yarn.
And a pile of yarn and sit on her chair wrapped in a blankie with a cat, and she'd be happy as can be. Yes. So basically, I am my father's daughter, and Erin is my mom.
Yep.
Minus the yarn. You would rather have video games.
Video games and
cables of
instruments.
Some things, yeah. So I had found the Chinese place years ago. The nearest place to really shop, like for any mall or anything, is fairly close to the town where my favorite Chinese food place is in. So if you're down there, it's like, well, you might as well just come home through that way, because it's a
like
way
an
to
extra
come
10
home.
minutes of that.
And then you can stop and get amazing Chinese food. So that's usually what happens. But I did have to go to Target, and we don't have a Target near where we live. It's in this other town, because I had bought some things online from Target and had to return something.
She returned some stuff. She bought some new stuff.
Target failed us yesterday. I was very disappointed.
A little bit.
Target's usually pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever walked out of there where we haven't bought something awesome at Target. Well, we did walk out with Starbucks.
That's true.
But mine was not great. You said yours was really good. You liked mine too, but you don't know what a Frappuccino is supposed to be like.
Oh, you don't even know what you're missing.
I got a watery Frappuccino. And if anybody drinks Frappuccinos, you know that is just unacceptable.
I don't know. Damn near gave me an ice cream headache. Anyway.
Well, it's still cold, but it was still watery.
I'm sorry I didn't drink your beverage to your standards.
Shouldn't be drinking my beverage anyway, bitch.
You're the one's like, you want to try this?
I said, do you want to? I didn't say you have to. I didn't force feed you.
Yeah, but I'm like, do you want to try this? You're not supposed to be drinking it anyways.
So you're not supposed to be drinking it anyways.
That's what you just said. I have it right here.
Listen here.
I'm listening. I got headphones on and everything.
I'm going to smack that look right off your face.
Rude. Did Bubs fuck off too?
Yeah, we don't have any kitties down here right now.
No kitties. Well, Finnegan's probably in the cat. Finnegan left the catio yesterday because we had the windows upstairs open, and he realized he could sit really high in the sky and look around at everybody.
He loved it.
Mm-hmm.
He was really cute.
He's going up and down, coming down. Okay, the catio's still open. I'm going back upstairs, guys.
Yeah, he would come down to make sure that we weren't going to close the catio because he wasn't in there.
He wanted his backup plan.
And when he realized, okay, they're not closing it, then he stayed upstairs for a good long while.
And then you left, and he came downstairs to see you leave, and I went around and closed all the windows. And he kept coming up and like going to the window and being like, what?
So then he went to the catio.
What? But he came up like 3 or 4 times. Like,
Aww.
We finally got some time in the new chairs for the catio. They're very nice.
They're wonderful.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan.
Did we ever go through the whole thing with that?
I don't know.
I think we had talked about getting, like we had ordered them.
They were awful.
They were small and
garbage,
flimsy. And
I would have been
straight up and down, like
furious if we would have paid full price for those.
We got them. We got them home, unboxed it, put one together, and I sat on it.
And this box was not that big, and it had
2 chairs,
2 full chairs, and part of a table,
a side table, and 2 footstools.
Not in that one box though.
Oh.
In that one box, it was it was in 2 boxes. We opened up the bigger box, but it wasn't that big of a box, and it had 2 chairs and part of a table in it.
Like we took the truck,
like, with including like the cushions for the chair. We're like, how is all of this in these 2 little boxes?
We took the truck, figuring it's going to be 2 sizable boxes, and we could have thrown them in the back of the Jeep.
They could have absolutely both fit in the back of the Jeep without even putting the seat down. I don't even think we would have had to.
I was going to say, I was like, I don't know if we'd have to put the seat down.
I don't think so.
Just these 2 little boxes. All right, what the hell is this? We put it together. I sit on it, and it's just tiny and uncomfortable.
And straight up and down.
So uncomfortable.
We both looked at each other. We're like, we're not going to keep these. This is terrible.
Tore it back apart. And it was built so flimsy.
So flimsy.
Because while I was putting it together, don't tell Lowe's this, but when I was putting them together, 2 of the fasteners just stripped. Just putting it together. Wasn't cross-threaded, nothing.
No,
they just
nothing.
Stripped.
They just stripped. It was bad.
Took it all apart, put it back in the boxes, took it back. They're like, was there a problem with it? I was like, yeah, it didn't fit. Didn't fit your space? No, it didn't fit our bodies. They were really small.
It would have fit in the space, but they were just... You're a tall dude.
My knees were up. Like the backs of my legs didn't touch on the bottom.
It was really bad.
So then while we were there, we had our refund. We went over and sat on everything that they had in their patio section.
I still really wish we could have got the egg.
The egg chair was really nice.
I
just don't know where the hell we put it.
Down here. That can be my podcast chair.
I think you did say that.
I did.
We found a pair of much more comfortable chairs that we got. That was pretty much everything we wanted. They're similar to our old chairs.
I think it's like the same company.
I think so.
Like they're very similar.
They're similar to our old chairs, but they have much better padding, much better support on the chair bottom and the back of the chair, and they rock, but they're not rocking chairs. Like they have
a steady feet.
They have steady base
that don't move,
so we don't have to worry about rocking over
any
kitties' feet.
But then the top of it's attached to like a pole that can swivel on top of the base, so we don't have to worry about running over kitty paws and tails. But we're keeping the old ones because we loved the old ones.
The old
ones.
We're
putting them down by the fire pit that we haven't
the kitties aren't allowed out there.
Kitties aren't allowed outside.
Bosco runs out and starts eating grass and barfs even more. And then it started snowing.
Yeah, so we couldn't even use them anyway.
The cats would go out because they have fur coats, and they look like they enjoy the chairs quite a bit. So, I mean...
Finnegan is currently curled up on one of them now napping.
Yes, they're very nice.
He's
so
very happy with it.
That was a whole day affair.
Yeah.
That was a whole day affair. Going, picking them up, bringing them home, putting them together, taking them apart, boxing them back up, taking them back in, doing the return, sitting on chairs, trying to get somebody's attention to get us the chairs that we wanted, having them bring it out, load it up, bring it home, put those together. It was an all-day thing.
And then I'm pretty sure right after that I mowed.
Yes, you did.
Which I'm glad I did, because then it was snowy and shitty, so it was a good time to mow. Gonna need to mow again. Stupid dandelions.
Stupid dandelions. Yeah, that was the saga of patio chair upgrades.
But we're very happy with our final purchase.
Yeah,
very happy. Very comfortable. Very chic.
I don't know if that's...
No, I don't know.
I wish we could find some kind of like matching bench or ottoman or something for over against the wall for the kitties to sit on.
Well, we will eventually.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Eventually down the line.
Well, it's supposed to be in the 70s again tomorrow, so hopefully I will be editing this podcast in the catio tomorrow.
With Finnegan. And as you're listening to this when you are editing, please reach over and scratch a little Finnegan.
I will not do that.
Please.
He's too far away. He's way over there.
Oh, way over there. It's not that far.
Pretty far.
Put in a little bit of effort.
Nope.
Scratch his furry little head. This podcast name is Jerkface Boyfriend Pod Foodcast.
Jerkface Boyfriend Pod Foodcast? Jerkface Boyfriend Pod Food. I don't know. I did this before too. Whenever we were talking about giraffe necks and kitty sprinkles, I keep repeating it so I don't forget it, but we're recording it.
Yeah, I don't know why you do that.
Yeah. Okay, I remember this. Oh, wait, no. It's just, it'll be there.
While you're editing it, you can find it and be like, oh, yes, this is what we shall call it.
And if I lose the recording, then I'm not going to need the title.
Because we're going to have to do this all over again. So we took a little break, and now we're back. And I think we're going to do a couple Ask Reddits. So we're going to give you our professional, amazing advice.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. Unless you want to pay us, then...
Then you can go to ko-fi.whatever.
Yeah.
ko-fi.co. I should probably look this up.
You probably should.
Yeah.
It'll be in the description.
Yeah.
What are y'all starting to dislike more and more the older you get? The word y'all.
Young people.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
And I didn't like it much when I was younger.
That sounds so bad, but it's true. Like, I never understood why adults were always like, oh, those young kids, they blah, blah, blah. But it's so true. The older you get, you realize just how ridiculous the younger crowd is. And it's just like, oh my God, it's infuriating.
It's that old saying that youth is wasted on the young.
I just read a comment, and the top comment, 100% is how I felt about my old job. Every workplace feeling like high school. Just do your job, get paid, quit bitching about everybody else, go home, enjoy your free time. How many times did I say that about my last job?
So many times.
It was like I was in high school. Everybody had their cliques.
Yeah, and you were in all the wrong
with
cliques.
everybody.
Yeah.
And there was so much tattletaling. Like they'd go to the boss and be like, well, they're not doing their job. They're doing this or they're doing that. And it wasn't even directed at me because I wasn't doing the thing that everybody got told about. But it was like, you have to not be doing your job to notice that this person isn't doing theirs. Just shut up, do your own job. You don't have to be my friend. We don't have to be best friends, but be civil to me. Go to work, do your job, go home, be done.
In your situation, there were so many red flags after you told them. Like after you put in your 2 weeks notice, random people just started knowing it because everybody was gossiping like they do in high school. People start getting brave and like, well, is it true? Is what we're hearing true? And you're like, I don't know. What are you hearing?
I wasn't trying to hide it.
No.
Like anybody that would have asked me, I would have told them, but they don't openly tell people when somebody's leaving.
People she didn't even know would be coming up. You're like, is it true? Are you getting out of here? And she's like, yeah. And you're like, well, good for you.
Are you getting out of here? Like that right there should be a red flag.
Yeah.
Is it true? Are you getting out of here? Man, that's amazing. Good for you. Didn't ask where I was going. Didn't ask why I was leaving. Didn't ask if it was a money situation or what. Just good for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
People that I had never talked to before. So it wasn't like they didn't like me and they were trying to get rid of me. Like they had no idea who I was. They're just like, oh, good for you.
Yeah, people who don't even know her find out that she's leaving and they just like seek her out. Are you really leaving? Good for you.
Is it true? Are you really getting out of here? Like, please remind me again why I'm here in the first place. They have
amazing PR.
They have amazing PR because I was like in heaven when I got offered the job. I thought it was going to be the best place to work because anywhere you look, they're where everybody talks about like that's the dream job. That's the dream place to work. What's a single valuable piece of information you know and would like to share?
Hustle culture is bullshit.
Okay.
And all it does is leave you too tired to get your own while you make them more money. You only have one life. Don't spend and make it rich people richer.
That's amazing advice, actually. That's really good.
If you love what you do, you won't work a day in your life.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's always work.
It's always
No matter how much you love what you do, there's going to be days where you don't want to. It's going to be work.
Yeah.
So, people that are like, I want my dream job so I don't ever have to work a day. No, you're going to be doing work. You're going to be doing
Even
things
if
you
it
don't
is your
like.
dream job, there's going to be days where you're frustrated and don't want to be there and don't want to do it.
Yep.
But make sure that you find a job that you actually do, for the most part, enjoy.
Yeah. If you're not enjoying your life, you're always working for like some goal that's on the horizon somewhere, you're missing out on your life. There's always the possibility, and it's a very good possibility, that you will never reach that horizon that you're working towards.
Literally could be working yourself to death.
Enjoy
every
the time
moment
that you
can.
have as much as you can. I understand that, you have to work to pay the bills, so forth, so on.
But don't let it be your all-consuming.
Yeah.
I guess mine would be, I don't necessarily think this way, but I wish I could, and I want other people to know that they should. Your looks don't define you.
Not at all.
It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you're fat, skinny, tall, short, blonde, brown hair, red, pink, purple, green. It doesn't matter what you look like. As long as you are happy with who you are, do things to make you happy. Don't be a jerk to other people. Be happy in your own skin. Be able to go to bed at night knowing that you did everything you could to make yourself proud of yourself. You're going to find your tribe of people that are going to be there for you and with you. And you don't want people to only like you based on your looks, because that's not going to be...
That's going to go away.
Looks fade.
Yeah. And there's billions of people on the planet
who all have different tastes and things.
You don't have to...
Don't conform. Be yourself.
Don't go out of your way trying to be a whole different person to impress that half dozen people over there. There's hundreds of thousands of people that are going to like you exactly who you are and respect you for who you are.
Exactly.
And those 6 people over there don't matter at all.
Thank you for joining our TED Talk.
My name is Ted.
My name is Talk.
We are TED Talk. We should start a TED Talk TikTok.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Ted, and I'm Ted. We just talk.
Okay.
On TikTok.
Yes.
Because it's TED Talk TikTok.
TED Talk TikTok. I like it.
We got to get on that now. We got to get on that before Thursday. Somebody's going to steal our idea and make billions.
What is your favorite non-breakfast food to eat for breakfast?
I don't know.
I have so many because I don't like breakfast.
If I have the opportunity to eat breakfast foods, I'm just like, yeah.
Cold Chinese food. Or cold pizza.
Cold pizza. Cold pizza.
I want to see what the top... Cold pizza is the greatest thing next to hot, freshly arrived pizza. You and I have been so spot on with the top comments. Look at us go.
We're the top comments.
What makes women instantly unattractive? I don't know if I want to do that because we just said about looks. But unattractive doesn't have to do with looks. This has to do with personality traits. Can we change it up a little bit and not say women? Just what makes people what is instantly unattractive in a person? I'll go first because
I lost it. Go ahead.
Judging other people or making nasty comments towards someone or making them feel bad about themselves. Just being an unkind person. Not thinking about other people, basically. So unkindness.
Which with my sense of humor, it's a fine line that I have to walk.
You're usually good about not letting that part come. Because I know you, so I know that you don't typically bring that out around people that you've just met.
No, that's why I have to get a feeling for them.
Yeah,
to see.
you wait to find out how they are before you start with that kind of humor, because it could be offensive to some people if they didn't realize you were joking.
And that's just years of saying the wrong thing to the wrong people.
I mean, you're hilarious, and everybody in our
gets my sense of humor.
Everybody that we hang out with gets it and knows it. But you wouldn't just walk up to somebody off of the street and make one of your comments because it could be really offensive.
Yeah, willful ignorance.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Whenever people are playing, they're like, it's just, I hate that. Brains is sexy.
And it's one thing to just not have certain knowledge. It's another thing.
That's what I mean by willful ignorance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, but you said brains is sexy. But it's different if you don't have that knowledge. It's one thing completely if you just play the dumb card.
What I'm getting at is the people that are smart and act stupid.
Yeah.
Because they think that's going to get them attention.
Yeah.
No, brains is sexy. This whole thing that you're doing is not. But yeah, willful ignorance.
That's a good one.
Instant turn off.
The number one, well, I don't know if it's the number one answer.
Yeah,
if it's
the top
just
comment.
But the top comment was the talons, how women have the really long. We took it.
Yeah, we took it the way we do.
We took it the way we do. I like the way we did it better than that. Because if they like those nails, let them have them. Who gives a shit? I mean, I wouldn't be able, I can barely do anything with these and they're not very long at all. What movie could be enhanced with a sequel now they can fly.
They literally did that with Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
The
so
second one they had this.
They had the, yeah. But I mean, dinosaurs can fly.
But they didn't fly in the first one. But in the sequel, they had flying ones.
I feel like they mentioned pterodactyl,
I
though.
think they mentioned them, but they weren't in it.
Okay.
Okay, what sequel?
What movie would be enhanced if they created a sequel that says, and now they can fly?
Deep Blue Sea.
Which one's Deep Blue Sea?
The one with the genetic sharks.
Oh my, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind of already do that with Sharknado?
Yeah, but
Fast and the Furious.
they literally did that.
Oh, they already fly?
Yeah, they sent a car into space.
Oh.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make it any better. I was just trying. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Tremors.
Yes. Oh my God, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying.
That would be. Kevin Bacon just flying around? No, sir.
Yeah.
But you know he's a crispy bacon.
Oh, he's totally a crispy bacon.
A crispy bacon.
Totally a crispy bacon. This one's for you.
Uh-oh.
Those people who spend almost 100% of their free time alone. Why?
Because people make me anxious.
Okay.
I'm incredibly socially awkward. I'm well aware of it.
You need your PR person
People
with you.
make me anxious. It's constantly being on guard.
Oh, that would be awful.
All the time. Like constantly being on guard. And then madcap overthinking that goes on for hours afterwards. Analyzing every little thing that everybody said, trying to like find out what the hidden meaning. There's no hidden fucking meaning. And I know that. The rational part of my brain knows that. But the batshit crazy side of my brain is like, I don't know. They said this and it could be taken like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
exhausting.
Fucking exhausting. And it's exhausting for days.
All right.
Your family has a bad habit of doing the impulsive last minute thing. I need some time to work up to
like
stuff.
Prepare yourself for peopling.
It's turned into a joke. Like we joke about it. Like, oh, I'm not ready for people or I'm peopled out and stuff. But it's like a real thing. Like I need to like prepare myself to deal with people. Just springing people on me just doubles that anxiety. It's gotten better since I've been medicated, but it's still there. I don't break it out into sweats and shaking whenever I have to deal with people anymore, but it's still just like, yeah, I spend all my time by myself because it's the only way to relax. You are the exception because I'm pretty sure at this point, there's not a lot I could do that you're going to be like, huh?
Or even if you did and I went, huh? I'd be like, what was that for? And then you tell me and I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the whole introvert, extrovert thing.
If a genie granted you 3 wishes right now, like right this second, what would you wish for?
One wish I read about a long time ago, and I really like it. Every time I would reach into my pocket, I would have just enough money to pay for whatever I need at that moment.
That's a really good wish. I like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, first thought that came to my head.
More Chinese food.
No, that I would have Casper back. But I don't want her like zombie Casper. I don't want like Pet Cemetery Casper. I want like Casper back, and I want her young and I want her healthy.
But they can't bring things back from the dead.
It didn't say that.
That's usually one of the rules.
But that's what I want.
No allergies.
Make COVID go away.
Oh, it did.
Oh, COVID's gone?
Yeah, the World Health Organization just said this week that it's not a concern anymore.
Are you serious?
Yep. It is no longer a worldwide emergency.
What if I just wished away politics and government in general? Would it just be chaos? It would be chaos, but it's chaos with it.
I get you.
Okay, I would wish that I lived on a planet kind of just like Earth, like had all of the things that I needed to survive and only had decent people living on it. I guess I could just wish that everybody on Earth was a decent human. I guess I wouldn't have to wish myself farther away. I could just wish that people actually took into consideration other people's feelings and weren't so
self-absorbed.
Yeah. I mean, you're still going to have the crazies and the whatever, but like, did you just see there was like 3 more shootings in the last 2 days? I've pretty much stopped watching it because it's just,
It's just
so disheartening.
nonstop.
And like, what do you do?
Just
like, there's
nonstop.
nothing we can do. I literally was at that last concert with Becca, and the first thing I did when I walked in was look to find out where the exits were and to try to come up with the best solution of where to hide or where to go if there was a shooter. I did it when you and I went to the concert. That one closet that was there, do you remember seeing that closet?
Off to the right.
And it wasn't locked, but we thought it should be. But when the guy left, he didn't lock it. I'm like, we would go and hide in there. And then we would lock the door from the inside and he wouldn't be able to get in. And then you'd have to move over because, you know, if he shot through the door, I think about stuff like that.
There was...
you can't send your kids to school anymore. Like, you're not safe anywhere. You're not safe in movie theaters, malls, anything.
I don't remember who it was. I feel like it was a representative that said it, but I'm not sure. But somebody I saw said this week that we have to stop turning a blind eye to it because it would never happen to you because the trajectory we're going on is just a matter of time.
That's terrifying to think
Yeah.
about, but it's true. It's easier to turn a blind eye because what can I do to fix it? Like, there's nothing I can do to fix it. I don't want to turn a blind eye because I want to make a change. I want it to stop, but how do you stop it? That
And
goes into a
besides-
whole political
it's a whole
bullshit thing with
But
guns and whatnot. But
a whole,
get people help.
but how
Make help readily available to people.
make the help as available as the guns?
Yes. People don't just wake up one day and decide they want to kill somebody. There is something going on with them that has led them down that path. For the most part. I mean, I don't know how the mind of a serial killer works. I don't know how the mind of someone who's been through stuff that would make that decision to do that. I don't know how that happens. Get them help. Make help readily available. Unless they ban all guns from everything completely, which they'll never be able to do.
Never be able to do.
Then people will use other things. If somebody wants to be psycho, they're going to take knives. They're going to take, I mean, you can't ban
They say
all
about
weapons
that.
ever. You can turn anything into a weapon.
I've heard that argument before. Like, you can turn anything into a weapon, and they say, they always say, "Oh, look at the UK because the UK banned guns, and now their knife crime is so high." But the UK's knife crime is still behind us per capita.
There's so many different things
There's
to
so
look
many
at with
different
that.
things.
Like,
There's so much. It's a
you're
big
going
mess.
you're going to, if you have a crowd of people and someone with a gun, they're going to do more damage with that gun than someone with a knife is going to do. Because a gun, you can just spray bullets everywhere, and with a knife you literally have to go up and get people. It's a scary, awful, terrible topic because
it's a mess.
There's really just no black and white way to fix it. Like, there's no direct line that would just be like, well, this is going to make it all go away.
Yeah.
People are always going to find a way.
Yeah.
But how do you try to stop them to get to that point? They need resources. They need help. They need something. Like you said, in England, they have knife crimes. They have whatever. Like, are guns completely banned in England?
Yeah, because there was a school shooting like 20 years ago.
So, like, no one's allowed to have one?
26 years ago, in March 1996, I don't know when this article was, that might not be 26 years ago. It'd be 27 because this was in 22. This was a year ago. In March 1996, a gunman entered Dunblane Primary School, killing 16 students, a teacher, and injuring 15 others.
God.
To this day, it is the deadliest mass shooting in UK history. In the aftermath of the shooting, parents in Dunblane were able to mobilize with the kind of effectiveness that has eluded American gun control activists. By the following year, Parliament had banned private ownership of most handguns as well as semi-automatic weapons and required mandatory registration for shotgun owners. There have been no school shootings in the UK since 1996.
Damn.
But the UK is much smaller than
It is. No, and that's true. Like, you have to look at it
smaller.
from that perspective as well.
And the other big difference, I think, is we have a lot of guns out already. Like, they're out there.
They probably didn't have, I mean, they don't have as many people, so there aren't as many.
There is a bunch of sticky bits to it because there are guns out there, but how many of these shootings are like somebody that's disgruntled that was able to acquire a gun legally? I think it was the Washington Post or the New York Post. One of the posts just had a big, like, full page thing that was just black page, and it was the line, authorities say that the shooter was able to acquire the gun by legal means, and then just a list of the different shootings that applied to.
Jesus.
And it was an entire page of them. Just started like
so it's not even necessarily people going out and stealing somebody else's gun to do it. Like, they were legally able to acquire a gun on their own. Then it comes down to, like, do you have to go in for a psych evaluation before you get a gun? Because that's going to piss a lot of people off because it's going to take a lot of time. Would it be worth it? At this point, I understand that people want to protect their rights. They want to protect their guns. I get it. I do get it. But you should want to protect your children and your family and your life and everyone else
more than your gun.
More than your guns. I'm not saying ban guns.
No,
I'm not saying that at all.
You have to get a license to drive a car.
You have to
register
study,
to vote.
take a test, pass a written test, pass a driving test before you can have your driver's license. You have to register to vote. You have to register a gun, though, right? Like, you can't just go buy a gun. Don't you have to have a register for it? Like, don't you have to register?
There's no federal registry for guns.
Are you serious?
There's so much pushback because I'm going to say paranoia, but I'm not saying that the people are paranoid.
Okay.
But people don't want to register their guns because
there's a law that they can come into. Okay, I get that, though. I do get that.
Totally get that. I totally get not trusting the government. 100%.
Yeah. But at the same time, they should have to do something.
Yeah.
Granted, if somebody really wants a gun, they're going to be able to find one. But it's going to
doesn't have to be
prevent
easy.
a whole lot of people from getting it super easy. So if you have to take a psychological test, even if it's just a written test and they have to like answer questions or whatever, or have some kind of evaluation, something, they should do gun safety. You should have to take a safety course before you can have a gun. Once you've already taken the test, then maybe they can figure something out. Like if you want a second gun, I don't know. There should be some, like, you can't.
And just to be clear, we are gun owners, and I have a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
We have guns in the house.
Yeah.
This isn't like, all guns are bad.
Yeah, we're not all guns are bad.
I've
shot a gun. I've shot
lots of guns. I got a concealed carry permit just because in this state, if a gun is in your car, it's considered concealed.
Yeah, even if it's not his. Like if somebody else has a gun on them.
If it's just laying on the seat, as soon as it's inside the car, it's considered concealed. So it was more of a cover my ass type of thing because I have friends that have guns.
And who carry their guns with them.
If I have to give a friend or a coworker a ride and they have a gun and we get pulled over for something, I don't want to get firearms violations because they had a gun on them that I didn't know about. I can go get my carry permit and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I can get my carry permit and have a gun in the car to go shoot at a shooting range or whatever. It was one of those, I don't carry a gun on me at all.
But you still have that just in case to cover your ass.
I couldn't believe how easy it was.
Yeah, it scared me.
I could not believe how easy it was. I think a rudimentary safety course.
It would make me feel better.
Right.
I wish, because you and I have talked about getting a gun for me just so I had it and could feel protected and know exactly how to use it. I know how to use the guns we have. I know how to use a gun, but I want to take a safety course. Mm-hmm. I want to know what I'm doing so it doesn't scare the living daylights out of me. Like when I went shooting with not this last job, but the previous job, all those guys were really big into like clay shooting and hunting, and we went, and it was the very first time I ever shot a shotgun. I was terrified. I held this gun and thought for sure it was going to go off immediately. I had no idea. And like the movies, I kept saying, well, why don't I have the gun? Well, the ones that we were using didn't do that. I was very disappointed because that's the only kind of shotgun I know. And I had no idea what kind of quote unquote bullets. Are they considered bullets for a shotgun? See? Like I had no idea that they shot whatever it's called. Not pellets, but...
Yeah, pellets.
Oh, okay.
Birdshot or buckshot, depending on size.
Yes, that. Like I had no idea. I didn't know anything about it. And they gave me a very quick rundown of safety. But it wasn't just me. They did it for everybody there, even if they had shot before. Even if there was just something like that.
Yeah.
You know, the basics, obviously, don't point the gun at yourself. Don't point the gun at other people. How to turn the safety on and off to shoot. Basic things. I appreciated it because I had no idea what I was doing.
You go for your driver's license and you have the safety course that you have to take. That's all I'm saying.
They ask you how to turn on your right, like turn on your right turn signal, turn on your left, push the brake. You know, like they make sure you know all the basic, simple, easy stuff of a vehicle before you get behind a wheel and before they get in the car with you because they don't want to die. Again, it's going to piss some people off, but I think it's going to piss people off regardless. But it shouldn't, because it should just be...
If you already know what you're doing, you'll be able to breeze through it.
Exactly. If you want your basic human right of having a gun, which you say that should be your basic human right, that's fine, but there should be steps in order to attain it
there should be responsibilities that go along with the right.
Yes.
The right should have responsibilities.
Just like
if
anything else.
Freedom comes with responsibilities to preserve it.
That is fucking beautiful. That is exactly it. We're not saying the government should take your guns. You should not be allowed to have a gun. Everybody deserves to have that right.
You have to
exercise your responsibility to have it. And if you're not responsible with it, they should be allowed to take it. Or you should be forced to go through another course for safety or training or something. Because that's what happens in a car. If you have a DUI and they take your license away, you have to go through a course before you get your license back. So they should do the same thing with a gun. If something happens and you screw up, or if there's an issue, you should get it either taken away or your privilege revoked until you prove that you are able to handle that responsibility.
And why do they do all that with a DUI? Because you might kill someone.
And it's not even like people trying to kill somebody. Like, it's not like somebody going out and being like, I don't like this person, so I'm going to just... There are so many accidental shootings. People who have guns in their car and their kid gets it and then kills like their sibling or something. You should know better than to have a loaded gun just laying around. And most people do. I mean, accidents happen. I get that. Things happen. There should still be some sort of way to prove that
They
have the general knowledge.
The people that are going to be mostly against this are people that are going to grow, I don't need a safety course. I grew up with guns, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, well, kids on farms start driving at 12 or 14, driving the farm trucks around. They still have to take the test. They've been driving, so most of them breeze through the fucking test because they already know how to drive.
Yeah.
If you've been dealing with guns and you know what you're doing, you're going to breeze right through the test. It's not going to be an issue.
You don't have to worry about, yeah.
We're not worried about you.
But we're worried about people that don't know.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to suck it up and do things you don't want to do because it's for the benefit of everyone.
I'd probably say 90% of the people that would be opposed to it are not the people that I'm concerned about.
No, that's
the
thing.
Fucked up part.
That's the really fucked up part. Like 90% of the people that are going to get pissed off that they have to take these tests or prove themselves,
you're not
whatever.
The one I'm
it's
worried
like,
about.
Dude, I know. You're fine. You're
not
good.
the one I'm trying to catch.
We're not the one we're trying to protect ourselves from. Just take the stupid test and be done with it. Other than you just being a jackass because you are, so hell-bent that the government can't make you do things. Well, the government makes people do a whole lot of things, and this actually might protect somebody.
Like, the government makes you pay taxes, and they know how much you're supposed to pay in taxes, but they're not going to tell you how much you're supposed to pay in taxes.
I know, it's such bullshit.
You have to play the game.
Figure it out yourself.
And if you're okay with that...
Well, technically, nobody's okay with that.
Well, nobody's okay with that.
But you accept it because that's how they do it. Well, if this just became a new thing that, we're not taking your guns away, we're not forcing you to do this. We just want it to be that you have to take...
Basic course.
I still like the psychological evaluation, but I don't know that they can actually do that.
That's a lot.
I think it should be a psychological evaluation if something, maybe not an evaluation, but like a test if something happens. Kind of like if you get a DUI, you have to take this course and do whatever. Maybe then have, some sort of
I don't know. It's a big mess.
Everybody should have a safety course or something or some sort of a test.
Just a basic safety course.
Basic safety course before they can.
Do they do that for hunting?
I don't know. I know you have to get.
I know I took a hunter's safety course, but I don't remember if it was a requirement or not. I'm not sure.
Or
I don't
was
know.
It Boy Scouts?
It might have been. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't hunt, so I don't
know.
Yeah,
and I haven't hunted for years.
I'm guessing that it's not mandatory, but I'm guessing they do have them.
Maybe
but
make
that
it
should be
make
it a little bit more mandatory.
You could do it just like the permit test. 10 basic questions.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be something like in depth. Like as you go to register for it, you just take this basic test. They check it and make sure that you know.
Maybe treat it like a driver's license, and if you pass the once, you're good. I don't know. I don't have the answers.
No,
but there's
just an idea.
Just safety. Just gun safety. If we could even do something with some of these accidental ones, get the guns stored a little bit better, stuff like that, and just make them
a little
less accessible. We don't want to take them away from you. We don't want anybody taking them away from anybody. We just don't want them to be accessible to the people that
shouldn't have them.
Yeah.
There's no like we said. There's no
silver bullet for it.
There's There's no 100% guaranteed way to fix it. We should at least be taking steps to try to prevent it as much as we can. And the answer is not taking everybody's guns away. And the answer is not
giving everybody
guns. The answer should be
thoughts and prayers aren't doing it.
It's just constantly getting worse. We live in a really scary world.
Scapegoating isn't working. The last shooting yesterday, the mall, was in Texas.
Yeah.
They have all the guns.
Yeah.
The Republicans say, oh, it's happening in New York and San Francisco and, all these Democrat-run places. And don't be pointing fingers across the aisle. This is a Democrat problem. This is a Republican problem. This is a human problem. This is an American problem.
It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican. It doesn't matter if you're an independent or a Green Party or whatever other freaking parties there are. This is a human issue.
I don't care if you prefer red or you prefer blue. I don't want to see you dead at a mall.
Yes, people are dying. We need to do something about that. It doesn't matter your faith. It doesn't matter nothing matters.
Race, religion, creed doesn't matter.
It's basic human rights. We need to protect each other. It's scary.
A person's right to live is more important than somebody's right to a gun, especially if they're using their right to a gun to remove somebody else's right to live.
100%.
Because that's a comparison of an American right to a basic human right. And it doesn't get more basic human than living.
Yeah. And that's all we got to say about that.
Yeah, that was a lot. We said a lot about that.
Was this considered politics? I guess not really politics, because we said we weren't going to talk about these kind of issues.
The way that they warp everything into political nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, anything can technically be considered political. We both obviously had certain feelings about this because this went off on a tangent that was much more in depth than we had anticipated. I think it was a good conversation to have. It's nice to know that we're on the same page.
It's been so many shootings.
It's terrifying.
It's been so many shootings.
What did I say? 2 or 3 just yesterday.
Yeah.
The one in Texas, there was one.
I don't know. You can't keep up with them.
No. No.
You can't.
And half the time you don't even hear about a lot of them now
No.
because there's been so many.
There's so many.
There have been more mass shootings this year than there have been days in the year.
The area that we live in, I just assume that everybody has a gun.
100%.
And I'm not talking like they got a Glock on their hip, they're ready to pop some gang members or nothing. We live in a rural area.
There's a lot of
Hunting
hunters.
rifles,
There's a lot of
shotguns.
Yeah, I mean,
pistols, a lot of it.
I don't know honestly off the top of my head that I could name a single person that I know that lives here that doesn't have some kind of gun, because I don't technically have my own, but we have guns. Like I don't know of a single person that can say they don't have a gun.
And I'm not afraid of most of them.
No.
I'm not like, oh man, there's so many guns here.
No.
The guns don't kill people.
No, people kill people.
Yeah, they just use guns.
Guns aren't bad.
No, guns aren't bad. Guns aren't inherently bad. They're not inherently anything. They're just guns. They're inanimate objects.
They're like tools. A pencil. They're a tool. Exactly. Like it's like anything else. Guns aren't inherently bad. It's the people who use them for bad that are bad. So how do we stop those type of people from getting guns?
Yeah.
Like I 100% believe that people should be able to have guns to protect themselves.
It's not like we're anti-gun.
No, we are 100% not anti-gun. And I'm much less anti-gun than I used to be. When I was younger, I was anti-gun, but it's because I was terrified of them because I'd never been around them. And then my father took me to a shooting range, and then like I learned how to shoot a gun, and then I went clay pigeon shooting, and I'm like, okay, well, they're not as scary as I thought they were. They don't just go off magically when you have them. I really had to learn it's not inherently bad. It's how I handle the gun. And once I learned, it's like, oh, okay, this isn't as scary as I had thought.
It's just a tool. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's just a tool.
You just have to learn how to use the tool correctly.
And that's long and short of it.
Yeah.
Is it raining yet?
It looks really dark, but and it's a little windy. I'm thinking if it's overcast right now. So if it's not raining now, it wants too soon.
I think it was supposed to start around 2. I haven't heard from your brother yet.
What time is it?
It's 1:15.
Oh. My iced coffee was so good. I'm sure everybody heard that straw slurp.
Yeah, that was a straw slurp. It wasn't a fart.
No, it was a straw slurp. I had made myself an iced coffee. It's so good.
So
I might need more.
You can make more. You want to go up and make more? We got to go make more coffee.
It's always food or something.
Always food or something. Thanks for
listening. If you listened to this whole
if you listened
rant,
to all of this and didn't turn it off,
please don't judge us if you don't agree with us. But if you don't agree with us, let us know why, but respectfully so, because we will listen to respectful comments. We're open to conversations. We're open to having different opinions. Just don't be a dick about it. Yeah, because we weren't being a dick about it.
A big problem just facing everybody right now is that everybody is so sure of their viewpoint on everything that they're completely unwilling
to listen
to an opposing viewpoint.
Yeah.
That's not where we're at.
You know, I really like that about us. That's actually a really good point. We have never been so 100% for or against anything. I am always willing to grow and learn, and I would love to hear other people's opinions. And I've had people sway my opinion because they actually gave me a really good explanation as to why they feel the way they do. And we also accept people when we have differences. If somebody believes something and we don't,
that's okay.
You're allowed, like, it's your basic right to have that opinion. So let us know what you think about the gun situation. I think everybody can agree that mass shootings are horrible and terrifying. I don't think that's an issue.
I hope that's not controversial.
I hope not. Yeah. So let us know how you feel. Maybe we can fix it.
I don't think we can fix it.
Well, no, but what are steps we can take to maybe prevent it?
Yeah, I think that's going to be enough of us shooting our mouths off. Thanks for stopping in. We'll be back at you next week.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Bye.